वो कितने सर अभी फ्लावर्स हाँ हाँ ये
जो प्रदीप प्रदीप उसको
वो दीप का तो नहीं करना कुछ भी करना है वो
है पानी लेनी बुलाना
हाँ नहीं नहीं ठीक है
वही नौकर होते हैं ना वाली विक्ट्री दे भी
नहीं 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 सर थैंक यू सर सर उन्हें बुके देने हैं ना
बस बुके
हाँ ठीक है वो फैसिलिटेट बाद से करना थोड़ी देर बाद A very good afternoon and warm welcome to all gathered here for the valedictory session of 10 days research methodology course. I request you all to raise for University Kulgeet.
पंजाब केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय पंजाब केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय पंजाब केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय पंजाब केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय संस्कृतियों का मिलन बिंदु विज्ञान दृष्टि धारण करके विद्या की इस फुलवारी से बड़े देश का मदन सवरा ज्ञान विज्ञान का मधुर संगम जीवन मूल्यों का सहारा ये नवाचार कमाल बढ़ाता देश विदेश की सोच बढ़ाता भावी पीढ़ी का ये निर्माता विश्व बंधुत्व का भाव सिखाता देशान रहे मान रहे पंजाब केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय पंजाब केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय पंजाब केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय जय जवान जय किसान जय विज्ञान जय अनुसंधान
I would like to welcome Dr. G. Sesson, Senior Consultant of Indian Council of Social Science Research, Government of India. A very warm welcome to you, sir. We are happy to have with us Honorable Vice Chancellor of our university, Professor Raghavendra P. Tiwari, and Dr. Shankala Bika, the Course Director of Research Methodology Course, Head and Dean of School of Education. Now I request Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Raghavendra P. Tiwari, to please welcome our chief guest, Dr. Govind Son, by presenting him with a bouquet. Welcome, sir. I request Dr. Shankala Bika to welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor R.P. Tiwari, sir. Sir, welcome. Welcome, sir. Welcome, Colonel. One of the motto of our university is Jai Anusandhan. In order to achieve this, School of Education of Central University of Punjab has organized this workshop sponsored by the Indian Council of Social Science Research. So I would like to request our course director of Research Methodology course, Dr. Shankarlal Bika, for introducing the chief guest and presenting the report on Research Methodology course 2022. Welcome, sir.
Good evening and warm welcome and all to the valedictory sessions of ICCR sponsored 10-day research methodology course in social sciences organized by Department of Education, School of Education at Central University of Punjab. Let's know about the chief guest today, about Dr. Govind Singh Son. Dr. Govind Singh Son, presently working as a consultant research senior at ICSSR and he is the ex-member secretary of Indian Council of Social Science Research. He is the author of book Self Disclosure, Adjustment and Achievements Are Compassion. He is served he served as a ICSR director, and he formed an uh, inquiry committee panel and submitted report to ICSR over faulty hiring of faculty at GIDS, and he is also serving as a government body and board of Center for Social Studies and Center of Multidisciplinary Development Research. Sir is also organized symposiums, and he also received many awards of national and international framework. Among us, we are privileged to have a great source of inspiration and dynamic Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, from Central University of Punjab. About Sir, Sir, report of the 10 days research methodology course, and before that, I also welcome to Professor Tarun Arora sir here, and all faculty members are sitting here. Professor uh, um, Amandeep Kaur Madam from Dean's Computer Science, and all deans and heads and teachers and non-teaching and staff and students and scholar participants here from various states of India, and there are participants of foreign country like Uganda and Afghanistan. The RMC was inaugurated on 21st November 2022, which was graced by Honorable Vice Chancellor of University and Chancellor of the University, Professor Jagbir Singh, and Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Raghavinda Pitwari. And on the occasion of inaugural ceremony, Professor Kapil Kapoor, former Professor of English, concurrent professors, Special Center for Sanskrit Study at Jawaharlal Nehru University, and special guest Dr. Uma Shankar Pachauri, General Secretary, Bharatiya Shiksha Mandal. And I hope our participant has a great learning experience during these 10 days of physical mode of workshop. Our department will remain highly indebtable to the ICSR for placing the trust and confidence in our university to organize and host this research methodology 10 days program in social science from 21st to 30th November 2022. It is a great pleasure to host the workshop and are overjoyed with all the gratitudes and compliments. The participants were enlightened by the eminent and learned social scientists like Professor Kapil Kapoor, JNU, Professor Sudhir Kumar, Punjab University, Chandigarh, Professor Girish Mishra, Mahatma Gandhi Antarashtriya Hindi Vishwavidyalaya, Professor Paramjit Singh Judge, Guru Nanak Dev University, and Professor D.K. Verma, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, University of Social Science, Indore, and professors from Central University of Punjab, and from Law Department, Professor Tarun Arora, from Sociology Department, Professor P.K. Mishra, and many more. They also contributed. The entire research journey of the budding researchers started right from the basis of research to hypothesis, to PhD thesis, to citations, to referencing management, research and publication ethics, hands-on experiences. Along with 30 sessions, internal and external participants were given exposure through field visit and benefited from the University Darshan and also from Indo-Pak flag retreat ceremony at Hossainiwala border, Firozpur, Punjab, on Sunday evening, that is 27th 11th. I feel had it all, and we feel great that we had 15 resource person and 30 sessions. The total 280 ongoing PhD, MPhil, postdoc scholars were registered, out of which 30 external scholars from 17 states and 3 UTs of India were selected based on zone-wise and ICSR norms applied. Besides, as per the advice of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor R.P. Tiwari sir, RMC was made open for all the social sciences research scholar of our university. The RMC was telecasted through YouTube live streaming, in which research scholars and master students of various departments in social science, even sciences, also got benefited from research methodology course of these 10 days. We are glad to know that our live streaming were watched by our alumni and scholars and students from other universities and colleges of higher education. It is worthy to mention here that attempt was made to measure the outcome of the research methodology course by means of conducting a pre-test as well as a post-test, and it was found substantial gains in pre-test, that is 19.66, that is 65% baseline when it was in under pre-test, and after 10 days of this workshop, post-test was conducted, and there was a it is 89%. The mean score is 62.7 mean score, and it is that is 89%. These therefore we can say 24% of gain achievements we achieved within these 10 days of workshop. Gain achievements in the knowledge and understanding of the participants of different themes of social sciences research during RMC schedule. Now I invite our participants to share their experience about the research methodology course in social science randomly. We already told 10 students or 12 students they can share their outcome of this RMC program. Mic hand, please. Yeah, either you. Okay, you come here. Use the mic, please.
The chief guest, all the protocols observed, dear participants, good afternoon. I am David Newton Odong from Uganda, a PhD scholar in this Host University. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the organizer of this program, above all, the Dean School of Education in this university, for organizing this program and selecting the topics and the facilitators who facilitated this program right from the beginning up to the end. I also want to thank the founders of this program, our dear chief guest. It has really caused a positive transformation in our life through this course. And during the course, we were able to learn so many things. Among the things that we learned, we had been taken through different research paradigms and approaches, and in that, it has prepared all of us to be well equipped with the knowledge and skills to undertake the research process for the award of a doctoral degree. And during the course, we were able to interact with the different professors. Our dear Dean, who was the organizer, I thank you so much for the careful selection of the topics and the facilitators who facilitated this program. Let's give a warm hand clap to him for the great work done. Our dear chief guest, it is a requirement, mandatory, that for one to be awarded a doctoral degree, publication of articles is key. And therefore, one of the topics that we learned through this was the process of preparing articles and organizing for publications. All the participants, including myself, we are now well equipped such a way that we can write various articles to publish so that we can be awarded a doctoral degree. And through that, it is going to help us to develop in the field of academia, whereby even after awards, we need to do a lot of publications, we need to do a lot of research so that we can transform education in this country, can transform education in the whole world. We want to thank you so much once again for selecting us, because not everyone were able to benefit from this, but for the few who have benefited, we are really so grateful for having accepted that we attend this program. Thank you so much on my behalf and on behalf of the participants. Thank you.
A very good afternoon to the dignitaries, team professor, Central University of Punjab, and dear friends. I, Bhavini Parmar, Junior Research Fellow, Indian Institute of Teacher Education, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. There is a lot to say, but I have very less time to express my experience during these 10 days of coursework. I'm feeling very privileged to be selected in this course, as I was not selected in a first list, but fortunately I get selected in a later on. So I'm really privileged. During all 10 days after each session, which is delivered by the eminent experts invited from the different universities, institutions, with the specialty of their subjects, and they get time to share their expertise and experience of the field. So that is very much important to us as a research scholars, that we are very responsible citizen of India, that we have to contribute a lot in the field. So the people from the different states, research scholars from the different states, we have so much gained during this 10 days, and we will spread definitely through the nation. And I really want to thank ICSSR, the sponsor, then Central University of Punjab, for selecting us and invite different experts during 10 days. Hospitality was very much fine from the day first, and still, whenever any candidate find any difficulty, the team is ready to help them anytime, even in the midnight. So it was very much warm environment. Now we are like a family. Time flew so fast कि 10 दिन कहाँ चले गए. पहले दिन हम यहाँ बैठे थे और this is the last day, and we are like a family. जाने का मन नहीं कर रहा है, but still we are not going with the empty hands. We have lots of things in here, and that will contribute to our nation. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
मंजिल से आगे बढ़कर मंजिल तलाश कर, मिल जाए तुझको दरिया तो समंदर तलाश कर. हर शीशा टूट जाता है पत्थर की चोट से, पत्थर ही टूट जाए वो शीशा तलाश कर. सजदों से तेरे क्या हुआ, सदियों गुजर गईं, दुनिया बदल दे वो सजदा तलाश कर. Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, respected DS Son Sir, Director of the RMC, Mr. Shankarlal Bika Sir, and dear friends from different places, different universities, it gives me an immense pleasure to thank the Central University of Punjab, our sponsoring agency ICSSR, and the friends who have been attending this program from last 10 days. So everybody came here and they just shared their experience regarding what we have got from this. So I believe that it is like a process wherein you gain a knowledge and you become ambassadors of knowledge and intellect elsewhere in the country. So you take this, you are like a candle. You just take this flame from the experiences and you share this flame somewhere else in the country. So what it does is it contributes to the knowledge elsewhere in the country. So you are the ambassadors and we have to be like ambassadors, like whatever we have inculcated from this very place, we're supposed to deliver it somewhere else. So it is not only about the gaining and sharing of knowledge, but the experiences as well. I hope that every one of us would like to take the positives from the program and be the ambassadors of knowledge and examples of intellect in the country or elsewhere, outside the country. With these lines, I would like to end it here with the lines written by Dr. Sir Muhammad Iqbal. खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले, खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे बता तेरी रजा क्या है. Thank you.
A very good afternoon to all respected dignitaries. Myself, Nirupma Srivastav from Banaras Hindu University. I would like to express my gratitude and thankfulness for this entire program in an acronym that is CARE, where C is stand for constant communication, where we didn't find any communication gap. A is defined as able and efficient resourcefulness, and R is research orientation, where in within these 10 days, and E is the efficient hospitality, where we didn't find any sort pitfalls in this entire program. And I would like to thank you, all of you, especially our RMC director, professor, and all respected teachers for this various kind of exposure provided to us. Thank you, all of you.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, respectful faculty members, and resource persons, dear research scholars and colleagues, a very good afternoon to all of you. My name is Abdul Wasi. I am from Afghanistan, a PhD scholar in Central University of Punjab in the Department of South and Central Asian Studies, Political Science. Let me explain my feedback in degree of satisfaction for the 10-day social science research course sponsored by ICSSR. I acknowledge that this course was a valuable achievement in experience for my academic life in current research career. Through this course, I could gain basic and vital knowledge regarding social science research methodology in academic publication by more than 10 internal and external competent, experienced, and well-known source persons. Throughout this course, I could overcome my doubts and confusions in social science research and methodology in collaboration with professional and seasoned figures and research scholars. This knowledge can provide me essential facilities during my career in social research. In addition, through this course, I got the opportunity to introduce and interact with around 50 internal and external research scholars from different states of India. And I could exchange more about rich social and academic culture of this great nation. Finally, as a research scholar of this university, I would like to thank the administration of Central University of Punjab, particularly the Department of Education, for arranging this fantastic course. I hope in request that such academic and professional initiatives will be kept continuous in order to unify the day-to-day differences in research area. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, to all respected dignitaries. First of all, I would like to thank you to the course director for organizing this program. And I really learned a lot, not only how to do research, but I learned how to organize the program also with effectively with teamwork, with collaborations, because I have seen how even the Central University Department of Education faculty members and their scholars have very well organized each and every program. They have not given a single uh, anything that we can complain that this is not up to the mark. Everything is very, very well planned. So thank you everyone for organizing this program, and even for taking all the resource persons very well sequentially organized and sequentially each and every day from day 1 to day 10. All the topics were very well organized, very well systematically planned, and the resource persons were also very effective. So thank you so much, sir, for organizing this program. Thank you.
गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरु देवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात परम ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। सर्वप्रथम कार्यक्रम में उपस्थित आदरणीय कुलपति महोदय, मुख्य अतिथि, कार्यक्रम के निर्देशक एवं पूरे भारतवर्ष के विभिन्न भागों से आए मेरे सभी शोधकर्ताओं को मेरी पावन धरती उत्तराखंड की तरफ से सादर प्रणाम। सर्वप्रथम मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा आरएमसी की पूरी टीम का, जिन्होंने इस तरीके का कार्यक्रम को सफल बनाया। न सिर्फ यहाँ पर शोधकर्ताओं ने कैसे आगे अपने भविष्य में अपने रिसर्च को लेकर जाना है, उन्होंने एक मार्गदर्शन दिया पूर्ण रूप से कि आपको रिसर्च केवल इस हद तक नहीं रखनी है कि आप अपने कागजों में क्या सीमित रखें, आप अपनी सोसाइटी को क्या दे सकते हैं, आप क्या कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं अपने समाज को। आपकी रिसर्च केवल कागजों तक नहीं सीमित रहनी चाहिए। तो मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा सर का कि सर्वप्रथम मुझे मौका दिया इस कार्यक्रम का हिस्सा बनने का। और जितने भी फैसिलिटेटर आए थे, जितने भी स्पीकर्स आए थे, वो आप लोगों को उनका एक सार मिला है देखने को। जो 1 घंटे का लेक्चर या आधे घंटे का लेक्चर था, वो कोई 30 वर्ष का उनका अनुभव, किसी के 20 वर्ष का अनुभव। तो उनके लिए 4 पंक्ति में मैं बात रखूंगा अपनी कि बनी इमारत के पीछे का संघर्ष कहाँ नजर आता है, बनी इमारत के पीछे का संघर्ष कहाँ नजर आता है, यह तो स्वभाव है दिए का, वो चारों ओर प्रकाश कर स्वयं जलता जाता है। धन्यवाद।
Good afternoon, everybody. Myself, Kajal Shah. I'm a research scholar in the Department of Mass Communication and Media Studies. And first of all, I welcome all the professors and our guests and our colleagues and external scholars. I'm very happy to be here, and I would like to share my experience. It was like in the first attempt, I was not selected, but I was fortunate enough to got the chance to learn. And the very specific thing I learned that we were not taught the research methodology in Western perspective. Okay, so we were first taught, we were reminded that Indian context of research, what research was earlier, how our Rishi Maharshi, they all started research and how it is important for us, and how we are diving into the Western perspective, and we try to fit in the Western perspective of research or any other trend. So I am very much happy and lucky And we all are lucky that we got this chance to learn a lot, not only knowing about the loopholes in our practices or our procedures of doing research. We were also reminded that yes, this is our context, this is what we are Indians, and we need to present ourselves. Thank you so much.
मंचासीन सभी गुरुजनों एवं गुरु माताओं को मेरा सादर प्रणाम। मैं राम अवतार सिंह गुरु घासीदास विश्वविद्यालय से अर्थशास्त्र विभाग में एक शोध छात्र हूं। कहने को बहुत कुछ है, कहाँ से शुरू करें कहाँ खत्म करें समझ नहीं आता। यही 10 दिन पहले हम यहाँ जब बैठे थे तो सब अनजान चेहरे हुआ करते थे, आज सभी जाने पहचाने लगते हैं। इन जाने पहचाने चेहरों में जैसे आगे मैं इसका पूरा श्रेय मैं पंजाब केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय और आईसीएसआर को देना चाहूँगा। सभी गुरुजनों ने हमें काफ़ी बेहतर फैसिलिटी और हॉस्पिटैलिटी प्रदान की। कुछ चंद शब्दों में मैं अपने जज्बातों को रखना चाहूँगा आपके समक्ष। जैसे कि अभी हमने जब आए थे तो पहली बार अभी सब नाम पूछ रहे थे, सब आप कहाँ से हैं, आप कहाँ से आए हैं, आपका डिपार्टमेंट कौन सा है। और आज जब जाते हुए हम सबको विदाई देंगे तो ये क्षण काफ़ी भावुक सा हो गया है। और हमें ये सारा श्रेय आईसीएसआर और पंजाब केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय को जाता है, नहीं तो हम कैसे जानते हैं कि यहाँ हमारे फिरदौस भाई केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय जामिया इस्लामिया में पढ़ते हैं। हमें कैसे पता होता कि पल्लवी जी साउथ बिहार में रहती हैं। हमें कैसे पता होता कि विशाल भाई हमारे सागर विश्वविद्यालय से ताल्लुक रखते हैं। हमें कैसे पता होता कि त्रिपाठी जी आईजीएनटीयू से आए हैं। ये सारा नाम बहुत सारे हैं। अब तुम पहले दिन तो किसी का नाम नहीं था, आज तो सारे 30 के 30 सहपाठी की तरह हम हो गए थे। पिछले 2 सालों से मैं शोध कार्य में संलग्न हूँ, लेकिन वहाँ पर हम 1 साल तो खैर कोरोना लॉकडाउन में चला गया, लेकिन आगे वाले 1 साल में मैंने काफ़ी सारे टीचिंग भी किए यहाँ पर आकर के, और भी मैंने सीखा कि टीचिंग में मैं कैसे इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकता हूँ। और शोध कार्य तो हमने साथ ही साथ सीखा ही। एक काफ़ी अच्छा अनुभव रहा कि इस बोर्ड जो ये लाइन होती है उसके उस पार हम बैठ करके एक बार और उस नजरिए से देख करके समझ पाए कि क्या कमियां रह गई थी जो हम सुधार कर सकते हैं अपने और टीचिंग में। क्योंकि उस तरफ से देखना अलग चीज होती है और इस तरफ से डिलीवर करना अलग चीज होती है। तो इसको हम धीरे धीरे और सीखे, और मैं 10 दिन में यही सब बातें सोच रहा था कि मैं किस तरह से अपने टॉपिक के बारे में और ज्यादा से ज्यादा सीख सकता हूँ। काफी होनहार शिक्षकों के साथ सीखने का मौका मिला और होनहार सहपाठी भी रहे। ऐसा लगता है कि हम काफी समय से कोई ग्रेजुएशन या मास्टर्स की क्लास में एक साथ पढ़ रहे हों। ये काफी अच्छा अनुभव रहा, और मैं इसके लिए एक बार और केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय पंजाब और आईसीएसआर को धन्यवाद देता हूं, और सारे टीचर्स को भी मेरा बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you all to express their views. Now we are glad to have among us our chief guest, Dr. Govind S. Son, Senior Consultant of ICCR, who himself has a deep interest in the field of research. I would like to request sir to please deliver the valedictory address. Thank you.
Very good afternoon, everybody. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor R.P. Tiwari, Dr. Bika, who is the course director, and senior faculty of Punjab Central University, and dear participants. It's a great pleasure for me to be here today afternoon among you. Though my program was fixed all of a sudden, I must say, I was not ready, nor I had any inclination of coming here. But well, our member secretary was supposed to be here, and he was kind enough to depute me for this purpose, and I'm equally privileged to be here among you. Well, coming from ICSSR and speaking on the course, particularly the valedictory session of the course, which is sponsored by ICSSR, has its own significance for me, and particularly to listen the views of the participants and people coming from all corner of the country. So it gives a very great pleasure to us that what we are doing, in what way we are sponsoring our programs, whether the outcome is there, whether the end beneficiaries are satisfied with that or not. And by participating in such functions or occasions, it gives you insight about all those programs which you are sponsoring. And it gives us an occasion also to learn something from you so that we could, modify our programs. We can add something or we can even delete something which is not required over there. So that has been our constant effort in ICSSR. Even for this sort of courses, what we have been sponsoring to the institutes, universities, and other, even the colleges we have been sponsoring. And in ICSSR, when we finalize the course content, we call it a capsule. We have 2 capsules for these courses. One is 2 weeks, one is for 10 days only. So we try to, finalize the outline. Of course, the net course content is being finalized by the organizers of the university or the college or the institute. But our effort is that the course content is designed in such a way that it gives something new to the participant. It gives them real insight about the course. It gives them some knowledge about what the research is. And it also gives some guidance to them that how they can proceed further with their research. Because all of you are a researcher pursuing your PhDs in different departments, in different centers. And I can understand the heterogeneity of your course content also. If somebody is in the department of sociology and another person is in the department of geography, I can understand those constraints that you have. But at the same time, what we say, research methodology in social sciences, the broad contours are same. Okay, you may have your background of your own subject, your problems may be a bit different, but the general framework of all these research, what we are taking in social science is same. So that's how we also try to frame these courses, or we even suggest our course directors to frame these courses in such a way that everybody who comes to participate in the course gets benefit out of it. And moreover, this is now the time of change, particularly in the light of NEP 2020. Most of you may be the student from education department, or if not from education department, you may be having some knowledge or would have got in touch with the NEP 2020. So it clearly says that multidisciplinarity is to be promoted. It is not that the silos of department are going to continue in future. You have to have your skills in different fields. You cannot say, okay, I'm the student of physical geography or social geography, so beyond that I don't know anything, what the sociology is or what the political science is. So that is, I think, the matter of past, and we have to break those silos. We have to understand that the knowledge which we are going to gain, the knowledge which we are attaining is ultimately for the benefit of whom? Society and the nation and the world at large. So if this is the mission of particularly higher education, then how we have to proceed? We cannot be so specific to our core discipline that, okay, by doing something on this particular thing, I will be getting a certain job. That's why I should confine to only my area. I don't know nothing about anything else. I should not even read anything about the another subject or another discipline. So that idea need to be now broken. So this is my appeal from this platform to all you people, that when we are proceeding with all our research, of course, everybody has its own synopsis you might have. You have your own problem which you have to proceed with. But at the same time, your horizon has to be quite broad. The horizon is that you should understand, even if you are confined to political science, you must know what the broad contours of social science is. Unless you understand what the social science is, you cannot do justice to your own discipline even. So that's why, the course content or the course which have been finalized there, I'm sure our able, course director, Dr. Bika, might have taken care of all these things. But that is the concern what we feel from ICSSR in, finalizing these programs. Well, of course, during this 10 days program or 12 days, I think, you would have got a lot of knowledge, because I found that very eminent persons were there who have been here to teach and to take the classes. I can understand Professor Grishwar Mishra and Professor Kapil Kapoor. All these are the persons who are the name in themselves. And you have been lucky enough to get their views here. And I can understand the knowledge that you would have got, which is reflected in the input given by the participant also. But at the same time, I would also like to highlight the need of research, particularly in higher education, and the need of quality research, I must say. I underline this word, the quality research. Because achieving the target of research, just we have to compete with China in producing PhD, just we have to compete with another country for producing PhD is not going to help us. Dear friends, if we are going for PhD, if we are going to be in the higher education, because you are the future teacher who are going to shape the higher education of this country. So that's why the underlining of the word quality research is very, very important. You would have seen, even in our new education policy, lot of emphasis has been given on two words. Those are multidisciplinarity as well as quality in education and quality in research. But the question is, quality in research, how can it be maintained and how can it be pursued further? For that matter, of course, if we go by the traditional way of doing research, you would have seen, perhaps most of you may not be knowing, but at least the person like my era, we know how we used to proceed for the research. Though making cards and all these things were the things which we were doing, But you are lucky enough, and even the thesis we used to type with the manual typewriter, those with the time. But now things are available there. Lot of facilities, lot of courses like this. You can go from one end to another end for attending courses which are very, very less. I'm telling you, at 20 years back or 25 years back. And you try to know the definition of any term, it is available. Just open your computer, open your Google and get it. But at the same time, what is happening? There is a big misuse of all these technologies also in the field of research. What we have seen, the researches which are being produced, even the publications which are coming there. Now, sometimes if we try to check their similarity level, you can call it anti-plagiarism software is also there. So, because with the technology, that thing has also come over there. If everything was manual earlier, then there was no anti-plagiarism software was not there. But now with the technology, since everybody can do anything, One can even copy the from a thesis from Honolulu or any part of the US because it is accessible to you. But at the same time, technology has some plus point also. It has given us a software called anti-plagiarism software. So while producing your thesis, while doing your work, always try to bring originality on that. Don't try to to produce a Google research thesis, cut paste research, which we call in some another term. That sort of research is not going to help you. Because somewhere nowadays what is going to happen, even for the publication, of course, in any good journals, if you go for publication, your manuscript is to be checked on the software. And even for the teachers, for their promotion, for CAS or other promotion, if they submit their papers, so those are also subject to similarity check. So that's why I'm not cautioning you just that. I'm telling you, don't deviate from the original path of producing the original thing. I'm not telling that you should not consult the Google sites or research. You do. But whenever you are writing, whenever you are producing in your publication or in your research, please be true to your research profession. Because some people have some notion, I have seen, okay, who looks at the things? I can take just only the words are similar, lines are similar, but only the author's name is removed out of that. Who knows about that? It is not the case. Earlier, it used to happen only by chance. I am giving you one incident of ICSSR. It is a matter of 90s, I can tell you. We had one professor from JNU as our director. So say you may be knowing Professor Amitabh Kundu. He was with us as a director. And in those days, or even now, we procure thesis from the students. So whoever, after having PhD, wanted to deposit or sell his thesis to the ICSR library, we have a National Social Science Documentation Center, wherein we are procuring thesis. So that was the case in 90s also. So, but before procuring the thesis, we were referring it to expert for opinion, whether the genuineness is there, what kind of thesis is there. So it so happened, we referred thesis, of course, he was with director also with us, to Professor Kundu. So after that, he comes with some remark. What are the remarks? What are the comments? He says, the author has produced 55 to 60 pages from my thesis, which I had produced long back. And only he could read it. It was a bad luck of the researcher. The thesis went to Professor Kundu for evaluation. Had it gone to somebody else, then he would have not been able to say. Because that time, all this technology was not there. So it was a luck or a chance factor earlier, wherein the similarity was being checked like this. But now, things are different. Things are different. One can check at any level about the similarity check. And within the permissible similarity check, there is no problem. In social science, we say to 15%, it is all right. But if it goes beyond that, because I myself can say I have seen the similarity check of some people, faculty somewhere, even going to 90%, then you can imagine what kind of publication those be and what kind of paper we are going to write. So my appeal in this by saying so is that please be original, try to produce a quality work, try to consult more and more original literature. Of course, when we are talking about the original literature, sometimes again the question goes that, well, why only the Western to consult? Because original English and they are written by the Western writers. But that is fact also to some extent. But at the same time, for gaining knowledge, we should not be prejudiced. Some of the participant was telling that indigenization or our Indian literature and the research in that, very good. I was so happy I just make a mark of that point, because this sort of approach was made here, because we have been somewhat not, I've been very careless, I must say, about our own knowledge bank, whatever we have in past. The question is, to some extent, we don't know how to read even, because most of the books, if the books are in Sanskrit, suppose, most of the people now say, sir, I cannot read Sanskrit. That's why I cannot consult it. Even for the books which are good in local languages, I'm not talking even in Hindi, there is very good literature in the vernacular language. But the question is that that has not been translated, and most of the people, they can't get the benefit of that knowledge out of that. So that has been the irony of our own knowledge system that we have. It may be the case with many others. But since the language power was there, particularly in the higher education, that's why the books coming from the Western authors, particularly written in English, got easy dominance, I must say, in the higher education system. So my idea is, of course, one must book all the original books, but don't get dominated by certain ideas which have come through a certain section. You take it as a source of knowledge. Finally, you have to judge, because in research, you have to look at various sources of knowledge. You have to compare. You would have gone through all these process, how literature review is given, how referencing is done, how all these things are done. So literature review and referencing, all these things must be there. But at the same time, what you are going to write over there is, with lot of caution, you have to do. And you must do full justice to the topic what you are going to take. Because research is called a drop in ocean, whatever you are producing, this is just a step forward, because anybody cannot claim that since I have produced a thesis, since I have produced this work, this is absolute thing. There is nothing beyond that. That also nobody can say. Because this is, we must say, we are just contributing in the ocean of knowledge, but that drop matters a lot, because that helps to get some better idea about the society, to get some better idea about the subject, so that our future knowledge could be strengthened further, and finally that could be used for the humanity and for the well-being of the society. So when we talk about research in higher education, one thing I have told you, that quality education or quality research is to be maintained. Secondly, when I was talking about the multidisciplinarity or interdisciplinary research, that is also very essential. Because now we know that even the best inventions which have been produced by science, even the rocket science and any other inventions that our great scientists have produced, because ultimately what for they are, at the center of all these research is human being. It revolves around the human being. So if any research which is being done, of course research for the sake of research is something different, I am talking about you. But most of the research which is done for the benefit, for the comfort of the human being. So if the scientific research is done, but how that can be translated for the benefit of society, for the well-being of the society, is the duty of social scientists. Because when we are sending rocket in the space, what we are gaining out of that? When we are, this communication technology, when the communication technology has been produced by the scientist, how it can be better used for the human being. Here comes the role of our social scientist. So you as a social science researcher have to concentrate on this aspect. So that's why I'm telling you, this is a kind of integrated effort. Scientists are doing their job, but in what way that research is to be used for the social science, for the people, for the society at large, is the job of we social scientists, and we must make endeavor on that, in that field. And of course, the importance of research, you know very well, because these integrated approaches are very much required for the development of the country and for the sustenance of the growth and the development process of any country. Because knowledge contribution and research is very, very critical part of any nation. You can see in the history, those nations which have now gone far ahead in development, they have done their fair share in knowledge contribution also. Whether you call about USA, whether you call about Germany, whether you call about South Asia, or South Korea and Japan, you just look at the contribution that they have been making in the field of knowledge contribution as well as research. So that's why for us also, when we are aspiring to be a developed country, when we are aspiring to harp the benefit of what we call demographic dividend, we have to think that we have to produce knowledge. We have to equally contribute in the field of research, whether it is social science research or whether it is the scientific research. Then only I think we can proceed firmly to achieving the goal of a developed country. So it's the duty of all we social scientists, researchers, particularly the people working in higher education, to have an integrated approach if we want to achieve the, whether it is economic goal, whether these are the social goals, or in any, or the self-reliant country. For all these purposes, knowledge contribution is very essential. And that knowledge contribution have to be, as I told, in a true sense, the knowledge only. It cannot be a duplicate knowledge borrowed from somewhere. Idea can be borrowed, but whenever you produce, you have to produce your own. Then only some contribution you can make to the knowledge. So now with all these things, of course, these things much in depth you would have gone through about the subject. But from ICSSR, what our expectation is, I know because all of you are engaged in research, but somewhere it so happens that in the course of your own work, you get struck. And there are some gray areas wherein your supervisors are also not able to guide you properly. So these are the occasions where you can highlight your those concerns. Your those ambiguities can be, solved through the faculty who would have been coming here. So without any hesitation, you as a researcher, as a participants, if you raise those questions here before your faculty, and if you get the answer of all questions, that is the best satisfaction for us in ICSSR. Because our idea of sponsoring these courses is that our researchers should not get any such impediment in their work, which otherwise a student sitting in Delhi University or JNU could be getting, because he is closer to the resources, he is more closer to the faculty who are more competent. By sponsoring these courses, we want that a student sitting in Mizoram, a student sitting in the last corner of north of India, I mean Jammu and Kashmir, or even deep south, they should come, participate in these courses, sit with their colleagues, discuss their problems, and then get solution also with the help of faculty who will be there. So if that happens, this is idea, but whether it happens or not, you are the best judge, because you know it about that. So if there is any such thing you feel that still there is a room wherein some more modification can be done, wherein some more thing could be introduced, I think your course in charge would have given you a feedback form. You people can give your ideas in the feedback form without any hesitation. Feedback form does not mean you are criticizing somebody. Feedback form is meant that you should give your input, because that input we take to modify the approach, to modify the course content, and to make it better, to make it user friendly, to make it more closer to the need of the participants like you. So that is the idea, that you can give your feedback. And we have been, of course, sponsoring these programs through universities. Of course, Punjab Central University, I must congratulate Vice Chancellor Sir and Dr. Bika for conducting this course, though being a relatively new university or located at a bit not well connected place. But despite that, arranging these courses is a big endeavor. I must congratulate you, sir, for that. But so far the participants are concerned, I am very happy that the participants have been very eager to learn, and by their expression I can understand that they have gained a lot in the course, and their enthusiasm shows that they still want to attend some more courses. But for that, of course, you can log on the website of our research institute also. As you know, we have 24 research institutes spread all over the country, and those institutes are also conducting these courses. Somewhere the specific courses are also there, particularly, paper writing, thesis writing. So in fact, a special focus is there for all those ideas, but those are also the courses. So you can just have a watch on the website of 24 Research Institute ICSSR has, and you can still strengthen your knowledge by participating in those courses. And moreover, whatever the programs of ICSSR we have and we sponsor even through our regional centers, you can log on the website and you can get the benefits. We in ICSSR, because this is the apex body of social science research in the country, our motto is to promote social science research in the country. Social science research promotion, of course, unfortunately, it has taken place in the, I must say, it has remained a metrocentric social science approach till now. But we do want that this metrocentric approach need to be disseminated. This need to be spread to all part of the country. Even a student, in a remote college should get the benefit of our program. That is our idea. That is our endeavor also. So in that way, if you have something more to write from ICSR to know more about our programs, because I don't want to elaborate other programs here. We don't have much time, I think. But we have many programs for a student, for your fellowship also. We have fellowships through institutional fellowships, central fellowships are there. But those knowledge you can get from our website. And you can, we'll be rather happy to get those sort of input from you. Our research institutes are very known for their good research. A few of them you may be knowing, ISAC Bangalore, CDS Trivandrum. So these are the institutes who are doing very good work, particularly the development research, and you can get the benefit of their publications, their research. That will be the real contribution of ICSR to you people, to the social scientists, if you really get the benefit out of it, and if you are able to produce good research work. Nowadays, of course, research work, what kind of journals we are getting, but now that's why now a standard has gone. UGC has notified the journals, UGC care list, and Scopus journals. Now publication means we consider only Scopus journal which are coming, these are the quality publications. Otherwise, what had happened in between, a group of people have started their own journals just to get some scores. So that sort of thing need to be discouraged. And only because of that, perhaps, I'm telling perhaps, university has done away with the two required research papers during PhD. Otherwise, who would have discontinued this program? If the research scholar gets good research paper, it was a good idea. But why university, UGC has discontinued that idea? Only because it was found that it has remained a formality. Just, okay, researcher says, no, no, two are to be produced in any way, I have to write, whether it is, or anyway, those are other things I don't want to touch more. But this is somewhere highlight of the things that if we keep on going, producing research for the sake of producing it, then that is not going to make any contribution to the social science and to the knowledge of sciences in this country. So with this word, I hope you would have got enriched with the ideas given by our faculty members. And of course, the benefit that you have got with the course is evident through the input given by few participants who have expressed their ideas here. And I look forward, you people, to complete your work, produce a quality work. And also before that, if you find chance, you can, participate in some more courses sponsored by ICSR. Thank you all once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Indeed, we realize the importance of quality of research. Now, I would like to invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Raghvendra P. Tiwari, for presidential address.
Dr. G.S. Swan from ICSR and Chief Guest of today's valedictory function. Professor Dean, School of Law, Professor Bika, Teachers of Education Department, Dr. Baba Singh, dear participants and students, research scholars. For the last 10 days, you have been listening to various experts on variety of themes concerning the focal theme of this very workshop. And I'm sure that now you are tired and also listening to the chief guest, today's chief guest, who brought out the significance of research, how research should be done, how it should be meaningful, and what should be the approach and attitude towards research. I'll not talk much, but I'd like to give some message so that you can take those back and think at your leisure time and also try to implement those not only during your research but also afterwards. One of the Srutis that was written around 3000 years ago in a very good sloka, the process of learning was defined in the most lucid manner. Process of learning. Research is also learning. And the Suti says that learning happens in 4 stages. The first stage is what you listen from your teacher. That is the first quarter of learning. You learn only 1/4 of what you listen from your teachers, from various resource persons, and the chief guests on occasion like this. It's only 25% of the learning. Then what is remaining 75 learning? 75%. So another 25% is you think yourself what you have listened from the teachers and resource persons and try to make out some sense out of that. So that is under 25%. Next 25% is through peer discussions. You discuss with your colleagues, with your participants, and you get further clarity on the issue, on the topic, on the problem for which you are looking for solution through your research. And the last quarter is evaluation. Here, evaluation does not mean that what Dr. Bika has conducted your, the evaluation at the end, that how much you have learned all these 10 days. Not that type of evaluation. Here evaluation means whatever knowledge you have gained in the previous 3 stages of learning, you apply it and see whether that is useful in your personal life, whether that is useful to the society and useful to the nation. And if you find that your learning is not useful to the nation, then you start learning again from the very first stage. So this way the learning process completes. This is written in one of the Srutis that was written around 3000 years ago. So you see how much emphasis was given to the process of learning. And now you evaluate yourself where you stand out of this 10 days learning that has happened here, 10 days listening. Whether you are in the first stage or you have entered to second stage or you have gone to third stage. So that's the process of learning. And that is the meaning of learning, the last evaluation, which says that you evaluate the knowledge that you have gained and see whether that is useful to the society or not. So that means you are testing the knowledge that you have gained. And in this, you might have gained enough knowledge during this 10 days course. That is fine. But unless and until you make use of this knowledge, this will not be very useful. That's very good proverb. And the meaning is that those who only think the cruel wheel of history destroys them. Those who only think, those who only learn, they are not remembered. And they do not become touch with the society or the great thinkers. Those who think and do also. Doers are known throughout the history. You take, whatever names we have in the history of any civilization, only those are remembered who have done something. Several people might have thought, but if they have not done, they are not remembered. So it is like this here also. Whatever you have learned, unless you put into use in your research work and throughout. Because again, if we go by Indian philosophy, process of learning never ends. It always happens. It depends how individuals get themselves engrossed in the process of learning. And there are various means of learnings. You don't learn only from what you listen from the classroom. If you are passing through a crowd and when some people standing or walking together and talking, you learn from there also. So Sravana, that is Sravan. It is not only you get knowledge, but if you read the books, the textbooks, the reference books, and now the social media. So Sravan has been very potent tool of learning, and this was again propounded by our Adi Shankaracharya ji. He says that from Kerala, a person who lived only 32 years, but he created the ocean of knowledge for the welfare of entire humanity. So Sravana, Manan, thinking, and Nidhi Dhyasana. So there are several examples full with the significance of learning. Learning is not that you get some learning capsule from the book or from the teacher, you memorize it, and then you omit in the examination. Whatever you have learned in this program, the significance of that is not only you make use of that and you produce a good thesis. No. If your instrument of learning are saved here, if they are sharpened, instrument of learning, process of learning, then only any workshop or any learning or pursuing any program is useful. And in this context, the NEP 2020 recapitulates this idea very beautifully when it says that the emphasis should not be on what to learn, but how to learn. That's very important. How to learn means process of learning. If you are trained in the process of learning, if you are trained in how to do research, and if you are trained to think, generate original ideas out of any learning, out of classroom learning, or out of workshop, seminar, symposia learning. So if you are able to think, the NEP again says that the hallmark of education should be creativity and critical thinking. If you are able to do this, then that is really useful to the society, to you, to the society, and to the nation as well. I am from, farming background. So I always quote one example that यदि आप किसी भूमि में 1 किलो गेहूं का दाना लगाएंगे, आपको 2-3 किलो मिलेगा, तो आप बोलते हैं कि ये भूमि बंजर है, भूमि उपजाऊ नहीं है, हम ऐसा बोलते हैं। इसी तरह से दिमाग भी फर्टाइल होता है, माइंड इज आल्सो फर्टाइल। आपको एक आइडिया दे दिया जाए, आप उसी आइडिया तक सीमित रहें, आप नई आइडिया जनरेट न कर सके तो आप या कोई भी, उसका माइंड फर्टाइल नहीं है। तो सभी चीजें नहीं पढ़ाई जा सकती हैं, सभी चीजें नहीं सिखाई जा सकती हैं। इसलिए वहां पर इंस्ट्रूमेंट ऑफ लर्निंग जो हमारा है, उसको कैसे सशक्त बनाया जाए जिससे कि आप अपने आप सीख सके और आप लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्नर्स बन सके। लर्निंग का सिग्निफिकेंस इसमें है। तो आप लोगों ने जो यहाँ सीखा है उसका उपयोग कीजिए। और देखिए, सीखने के लिए बहुत सारी चीजें हैं। अभी डॉक्टर साहब मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी एजुकेशन की बात कर रहे थे, मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी रिसर्च की भी बात कर रहे थे। आज आप जितने अच्छे रिसर्च जर्नल्स हैं, हाई इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर के जो रिसर्च जर्नल्स हैं, वो आइसोलेटेड रिसर्च को, यदि एजुकेशन केवल एजुकेशन की एरिया में रिसर्च करेगा और अपनी रिसर्च फाइंडिंग्स पब्लिश कराना चाहे अच्छे रिसर्च जर्नल्स में, दे विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट इट। लाइक Professor Baba Singh, I don't know whether he took he engaged you in any one of the discussions during this 10 days workshop. He is combining his political science subject with various other disciplines and producing good research. And his research is accepted by journals of repute of the world. So if you combine together, likewise, if you see any area, social science may now, if somebody does only in sociology, there is no taker of research only in sociology. So sociology has to be combined with economics, it has to be combined with political science and several other things. And if you want to really have good idea about interdisciplinary research, then I will ask you to read two documents. One is by ICSR itself, that is IMPRESS. This is funding. Research funding. They have evolved 4 years before. 4 years before, they have evolved a scheme called IMPRESS. It's a brand new scheme. And earlier funding mechanism for social science research was very poor. Now with the introduction of IMPRESS, it has become very good. Even social science researchers get fund up to 25 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs like that through this funding. So there is first area defined for IMPRESS. And you see, you will be surprised that how first areas are interwoven between different social science disciplines. So you do this document, you will have very good idea of a social. Not only social science again is not confined only among the social science subjects. Sociology not only necessarily you have to interface it with political science, economics, or history. You have to combine it with science disciplines. Now because we talk about transdisciplinary research. Multidisciplinary also, the word has gone ahead of beyond multidisciplinary. It is transdisciplinary, where there is fusion of science, social science, humanities, and languages. Everything put together, all disciplines, the rigid boundaries which used to exist earlier, now these are disseminated. And there's no boundary between this. Now the knowledge has become limitless across the disciplines. So it is transdisciplinary era now of learning as well as research. So this helps to see, and another document is Stride. These documents are available. You go to ICSR, Impress document will be available. You see the first area there. Likewise, you go to UGC website, Stride. There also, the research focus area of research that is defined, is all multidisciplinary. So, you have to see this and likewise, uh, and after going through these documents, why I'm suggesting is that if you think now, the knowledge that you have gained here, and after going through Stride document and Impress document, if you think that there's a need to revise your research topic, your objective, that you can do, because there is always up to I think 6 months of the submission of thesis, the topics can be revised. In India, this is not very good practice, that what you have to fix the topic, you have to fix the objective right in the beginning. But that is not research. The research is during the course of research, new ideas can emerge, and the paradigm with which, the narrative with which you started your research may change during mid of the research and beyond. So there should be provision to revise the topic and the objective. So if you think that your research is not going to be very effective, then you can revisit your research topic, you can revisit your objectives, you can revisit your methodology, and do research which is really meaningful. One of the most important parameters of quality research is that if that can be put into use, that is the quality research. If you ask me that what is quality research, I'll say that the research outcome which can be put into use, which can be put into some use, that is the quality research for me. So please keep this thing in mind, and I'm really happy and thrilled to learn the feedback from you, that you are very happy here, and Dr. Bika and his team have made all efforts to make your stay comfortable, and also the best congenial atmosphere, environment for learning during these 10 days. So my compliments to Dr. Bika and his team. And one of the students very beautifully said that, the ambassador. So, I always say, whosoever visits my university, our university here, or wherever I was, I always say that whosoever comes to us, they become our ambassador. So all 30 of you have become ambassador of Central University of Punjab. Whatever good things you have learned here, you have seen here, any practice that is happening here, which is not happening in your place, you can share those ideas with your colleagues when you go back, with your teachers and with your parents. So this way you can act a good ambassador. Whatever suggestions, whatever shortcomings you have learned, that you can tell us, not outside, because if you say outside, nothing will happen. If you tell us, we can improve. So, tell us if you have some shortcomings. Even if the validity section is over, you can always tell whatever you feel, that this university should be doing this also. X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3 points. You are always welcome to give your suggestions in the mails to Dr. Bika, and he will forward it to me. I'll ask you after a week how many suggestions you have received, and you give it to me, because when several minds are put together, then then we can improve, we can further refine, and we can serve the youth of the nation in much better way. Dr. Wasi, I would like to see you one day as the Chief Minister of the Prime Minister of Afghanistan. That is my most sincere wish. So again, I wish a very bright future for all of you, and try your maximum time for your research. And this is the only thing. When we produce quality research, usable research, then only India can become Atmanirbhar, and then only we can again become Vishwaguru in the area of education. So thank you for coming. Some of you might have come from far off places. I saw one girl from Assam, because in the inaugural I was using Assamese gamcha. So she asked me that whether I am from Assam. Yes, I lived in Northeast for 32 years, so I love the culture and the living lifestyle of Northeast. So thank you, and please, now this is the end of this program, but please always feel connected with us, and whatever we can do for you, our teachers or me, you can always approach us. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind and wisdom words. Now I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Raghavendra P. Tiwari, to felicitate our Chief Guest, Dr. Govind S. Son. We call upon participants to receive their certificate. I request our Chief Guest, Dr. Govind and Son, Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Raghavendra P. Tiwari, and Course Director Dr. Shankala Bika to please honor the participants.
इनको लगे कि पंजाब गए थे, इनको लगेगा हम लोगों से तो लगेगा कि पंजाब आए।
The first is Parmar Bhavni. Parmar. Firdosh. Archana. Archana. Nirupama. Nirupama Shrivastava. Neha Mehra. Neha Mehra. Nisha Rani. Irin Das. Ishwak. Varinder Singh. Ishwak. Varinder Singh. Sanchari Bunia. Parvakar Rawat.
बहुत अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस थी, विदेश मंत्री का रोल निभाया।
Nirmala.
सर का वहाँ से खास प्रेम है।
Kiran Badoni. Ram Avtar Singh, Hitesh Tripathi,
राम अवतार
Ram Avtar. Saloni Sharma, Pallavi Tamra, Pallavi, Pritam Paine, Farah Nach, Farah Nach, Vizila, Vizila CM, Shanu, Ram Nivas, Vishal Randhawa, Vishal, Baljinder Singh, Harihar, Harihar Basera, Naru Gopal, Malya, Pragya, Pragya, Himani, Maninder, Sai Kalyani, Suchi Samita, Mohinder Singh, Mohinder Singh, Odong David Newton. Bilqis Fatima. Muhammad Ibrahim. Shubham Verma. Shubham Verma. Himanshu. Kajal Shah. Bubbly. Abdul Wasi. Abdul Wasi. Shanti Ryang. Abhishek Verma. Mahajan. Anamika Gautam. Ankit Sati. Next photo. Shubham Verma.
Anybody left? आप पूछ लो कोई रहने दो वैसे फोटो ना लेके
Anyone? Anyone? Everyone is get the certificate? Okay. Thank you so much. End of a story is the new beginning. On this note, we conclude this remarkable, memorable, and knowledgeable event. To express a word of appreciation and gratitude, I would like to invite Dr. Jubilee Padmavan, Assistant Professor in Education, for proposing vote of thanks.
A very good evening to one and all gathered here. It is an honor for the Central University of Punjab and Department of Education in specific to conduct this 10-day National Research Methodology course sponsored by ICSSR, wherein the research scholars got ample opportunities to get a wider understanding about research, its philosophy and methodology. At the onset, I would like to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Raghavendra P. Tiwari, who is a motivator and facilitator for helping us in taking up such a workshop, where he used to insist us very often to conduct a workshop not only on research methodology, but many other workshops are under streamline, and it will be materialized very soon. Thank you, sir, for your constant support and motivation. I would like to place our gratitude to ICSSR for sponsoring this wonderful program. I would like to thank Dr. Govind S. Son for accepting our invitation and delivering the valedictory address and also motivating us as well as the research scholars. I would like to thank the course director, Dr. Shankarlal Bika, the head and dean of School of Education, who has coordinated the program much enthusiastically. And I realize that it is very difficult to conduct such a long program by coordinating with many experts, their travel, their stay, and so on. And how to work with a plan B if any expert doesn't turn up. Thanks and congratulations to you, Dr. Shankar. Words are not sufficient to mention the contribution of Dr. Kadam Srinivas, who is the Assistant Professor of Department of Education and also the convener of this program, who actively assisted the director of the course and coordinated very well with the travel, accommodation, food, and almost every aspect of the workshop. He needs a special appreciation for his untired work he rendered throughout the workshop. On behalf of the Department of Education, I would like to thank all the research scholars who came from different parts of the country and also our international scholars from our university for their active participation in making this workshop a successful one. We hope that you had a great learning and intellectual discourse during these 10 days. I would like to praise our honor and gratitude to our Honorable Chancellor, Professor Jagbir Singh, who graced the occasion of inauguration, and also to Dr. Uma Shankar Pachauri, Dr. Kapil Kapoor sir, who inaugurated the 10 days workshop on 21st of November. Thanks to all our resource persons, Professor Kapil Kapoor, Professor Sudhir Kumar, Professor Paramjit Singh, Professor Kamaljit Singh, Professor P.K. Mishra, Professor Girishwar Mishra, Dr. Pani, Dr. Baba Singh, Dr. Sandeep Kaur, Dr. Shankarlal Bika, Professor Tarun Arora, Professor D.K. Verma, Dr. Bishwajit Bera, and Dr. Bhupinder Singh for various sessions. I would like to praise our gratitude to Professor Amandeep Kaur, who is the Dean of School of Computer Science and Technology, for all the support rendered. Thanks to her team of technicians, Mr. Davinder and Mr. Yadvinder, who helped us in live streaming of all the sessions. And of course, these sessions are available for your future reference in the YouTube channel of CUPB. There are many people who helped us in arranging accommodation, food, travel, etc. I would like to thank the team of Estate Wing, including all the engineers that is Saurabh Gupta, Puneet Jassal, Puneet Singh, Manoj, Arun, Mr. Sukhpal Singh, Gulab Singh for all their active help and support. Thanks to Professor Tarun for accommodating our boys in the hostel. Thanks to Dr. B.P. Garg, the registrar, all the deans of various schools, head of various departments for their constant support and cooperation. Finally, I would like to thank all the members of the organizing committee, Dr. Shankarlal Bika, Dr. Shamsher Singh, Dr. Pani, Dr. Behra, Dr. Kadam Srinivas, Dr. Amandeep Kaur, and Dr. Kamaljit for their continuous support throughout the workshop and for the successful completion of the program. Thanks to one and all, and I congratulate the whole team on behalf of Central University of Punjab, and best wishes to all the research scholars. Thank you.
Now we would like to give a small token of appreciation to the supporting staffs who... Thank you, sir. To the supporting staff who help us in the successful completion of the workshop, I request Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor R.P. Sir, to honor our staff, and also our chief guest, Dr. G.S. On, to please honor our staff. Please, sir, because I join. So I like to call upon Engineer Puneet Jassal. I request Tarun Arora sir, please join. and Yadvinder Singh for the ICT personnel for helping us in technical sessions. Thank you all. May you sit. Yes, sir. Now I request you all. Yes. Now I request you all to please rise with pride for Indian National Anthem. जन मन अधिनायक जया है भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा तामिल उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल चलति तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाए तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जया है भारत भाग्य विधाता जया है जया है जया है जय 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 हे बोल रहा